Hello, Internet, and welcome
You got a dog.
to the C Show. And yes, my name is Rizzler, and I have a dog.
I'm Liquid Nation with 2 cats, so I'm better because the cats are better than dogs.
Bullshit.
Just so.
Bullshit.
I am Rock Cannon. This Raw was almost everything you wanted at WrestleMania.
Well,
I'm
really.
I'm Eddie, and all my pets smell for some reason.
Oh, well, okay. So,
Has Mark Henry been at those pets again?
we got Monday Night Raw. It was the Raw after WrestleMania. And it's the best Raw I've seen in a long time.
Oh yeah. Well, the Raw after WrestleMania always has a bumped crowd, but this week it was just special.
You know, honestly, if I really had to judge this Raw, the quality of the actual show sucked. It's just the crowd made it better than it actually was.
Okay, Roxanne, if you didn't like this week's Raw, why are you still watching? This Raw was good.
No, it really wasn't. It really wasn't.
It really was.
I liked it.
It was awesome for the Del Rio matchup.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one good part. I mean, other than maybe mostly apart from 2 matches, most of the night sucked. I'm sorry.
Well, we can get into it.
If we can get into it, yes.
Yeah. So, do you want to do this say-bye thingy?
You can do play-by play if you want.
No, you're host. Go on.
No, you go do. No, you are.
No, if you want to say hello, internet, you have to do this shit as well. No.
You went to steal my thunder.
No.
No. Oh, I'm just
No.
now, so.
And if we can get on with it.
I'm shutting up. Go for it.
Well, damn. Well, at least we've got that annoying noise out of the background of it. Okay, tonight, WWE Raw opens up in the Izod Center. And we have JBL on commentary, guys. Yeah. They show some stills from WrestleMania, which annoys me every single time I see that, because just show a video. It's not like watching a few little seconds of a pay-per-view will make someone like change their mind about buying it after it's happened anyway. Especially if they're watching the Raw afterwards, you know?
What made me laugh was every time they recapped WrestleMania, they played the Rocky theme.
Yeah.
Well,
that
the whole reason they're not showing a video is because they want, if you show a video, then you give it, then what's the point of people watching the pay-per-view?
Oh, come on, a few seconds of video on isn't going to make a difference.
I suppose. They'd really have to edit it down.
WWE,
just to make sure they don't give away too much of what the matches were like.
They won championships and stuff. There's no way they can't give stuff away. It's the Raw after WrestleMania.
That's not, I don't mean as far as what happened. I just meant like how the match went down.
Well, it's only a few seconds though. Don't be cheap, WWE. Come on. It's WrestleMania. Don't be cheap with that, you know?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Nathan here. I mean, it wasn't even a video that they showed. It was like a friggin' slideshow of pictures.
It looks ridiculous.
It was a slideshow accompanied by the Rocky theme.
Yeah. These slideshows always look just, WWE is quite a polished looking product. And then they show these, you know? it looks weird. It's a weird jarring shift, but really that's a minor thing. And I know I'm like picking at something minor, but come on. But anyway, we go right to the ring, and John Cena comes out wearing his new T-shirt.
And I swear to God, this T-shirt was made to piss off the fans.
Oh God, yeah.
Swear to God. For those that haven't seen it, the new John Cena shirt, it's just a blank white T-shirt, and on the front it says "The champ is here," and it has an arrow pointing down to a picture of the title. And on the back it says "Our time equals now."
And when he's wearing the title around his waist, the arrow literally points to the title.
Yeah, literally points to that. Like, it's literally like, okay, John Cena's the new champion. Let's come up with a shirt that will piss all the Cena heads off.
I love how they just literally fuck design and they just wrote words on it.
They're like,
Yeah, it was so lazily done.
It was so lazily done, and that was the best part. It's just like, just have a shirt that says "I am champion" on it.
yeah,
It's just a white T-shirt.
and the weird thing is, more people bought that throughout the night. You saw more and more people wearing that shirt.
They must have been throwing them into the crowd.
Honest to God, it's just
I
hilarious.
wish it was
Like,
a T-shirt that
John
just.
Cena's just won WrestleMania. Let's troll the entirety of
Because
Cena.
during WrestleMania, he had that fancy banana shirt, but no, he swapped to really lazily done shirt.
Oh, I think that Vince McMahon and John Cena got together and combined their trolling powers into that shirt.
I agree. But Cena comes out and he's, again to a lot of Cena sucks chants because this is a great crowd.
Yeah,
The thing is because it's after WrestleMania, all of the casual fans kind of leave then. The only people that are left for Raw are the rabid fan base.
Yeah, and also the thing is, with WrestleMania, and you only get it with WrestleMania, is people from all over the world travel to WrestleMania, so you'll get a bit of the Canadians, you'll get a few British people, you'll get what they refer to as the Bizarro World fans, and they'll be the ones just making the most ruckus the whole night.
Definitely.
To me, though, this is the smarky crowd.
I wouldn't even say them as smarks.
They were smarky at points.
At points, yes.
But they were definitely marks.
But they were just having fun. You could tell that. They were having fun the entire night.
But I love when the majority of the crowd is sitting on John Cena's character. And
Yeah.
I'm surprised that WWE didn't try to censor some of the chants with typed in noise and that, because they're chanting same old shit and things like that.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry. Regardless, I will agree that you don't need to turn Cena heel, but a slight change, if you're gonna, a slight change.
We really need a difference in Cena. That's all.
Exactly.
A changing character.
And that's all. And he's right here. He's gone right after he won. He deserves to celebrate, but he's going right back to goofy Cena, and it's just, I'm sorry. I don't know. I guess that might have been the point. To just piss. He knew he was going to have a hostile crowd, so he just tried to piss people off.
Yeah, that's definitely the point.
But I love it when he does that. When he legitimately just tries to piss off people. It's troll Cena.
Yeah, I love it when Cena is the snarky Cena. That's the Cena I want to see a bit more. If they were going to turn him heel, just have him do that a lot.
Just have him fuck with people.
Just be an asshole. I'd love that. But then, whilst people are just getting really bored with Cena, Mark Henry comes out and everyone goes, "Yay!" Henry asks Cena what's up. He says, well, and basically Henry says, when you work for trouble, it finds you. Because John Cena said he's going to kick off the road to WrestleMania with a WWE title match. The crowd chants sexual chocolate, and Cena says they want to have sex with chocolate. Yada, yada, yada. Basically what happens, Booker T, music hits, and yeah, all of that shit. See, this is why I'm bad at play-by-play, because I always lose my train of thought. Someone else take over. Damn it!
That didn't work.
Riddler, this is why I didn't want to do play-by-play. I'm terrible at it. Yeah, but Booker T comes out and says that Rock's #1 contender. So great, it's going to be thrice in a lifetime. But Booker says that Rock won't be here tonight because he's injured. A bullshit chant breaks out, and Booker says I'll give Henry a shot, but he has to earn it. Yeah, the usual thing where if Henry can beat Cena tonight, he'll get a title shot.
That kind of undermines the point. If he can beat Cena, then he can beat Cena.
I completely lost you guys there for a few minutes.
Oh. Well, it's okay. We didn't miss it. Still to come, The Undertaker will be here. And Jack Swagger and...
as far as the crowd chanting sexual talking, I can just imagine Mark Henry going, why'd you have to bring that up again?
Those are some bad memories.
I don't care if you boo me, that's... If you want to boo me, that's cool. Just don't bring that up.
I ain't no chocolate no more.
Mark Henry's the most over face in the country whenever anyone mentions sexual chocolate though. So.
And I will admit, I went away there for a while for a drink. Did we mention Cena's awesome little smarminess with the fans and the whole dance thing he did?
Yes.
Oh,
I also had a breakdown because I'm terrible at play-by-play. So you take over.
What do you mean you had a breakdown?
I broke down.
Oh, you broke down?
I cried, yeah. It was horrible.
Where are we up to?
We're up to D-Bry versus Biggie Langston, which is just about to happen now.
D-Bry.
Did you mention the little thing that Cena did where he turned heel?
Yes. Cena turned heel, ladies and gentlemen.
You heard it yourself.
No.
Cena turned heel.
Cena turned his heel. Don't give them false hope.
How about a little heel turn?
Oh.
Everyone cheer. But yeah, this match...
I just hope that SmackDown's crowd is just as big because, that's recorded on Tuesdays, so...
Yeah. But this match is basically just D-Bry jumping out to Biggie.
They really don't need to do that, do they?
No.
I mean, Big E is a good worker, and Daniel Bryan's like one of the best wrestlers ever, technical wrestlers. Why can't they just have a competitive match?
Yeah, again, this is.
I mean, okay, look,
right away.
D-Bry's one of the tag champions. It wouldn't make him look weak if he had a competitive match with him.
Exactly.
D-Bry's an ex-world heavyweight champion.
The only thing I liked...
and Mark Henry in a steel cage and won.
The only thing I liked was when Biggie threw Daniel Bryan out the ring into Kane.
Yeah, I like that.
That was a good spot, but other than that, it was a squash match.
It's the same type of shit that we've complained about before on the show.
I'll admit that was one of the bad points in Raw. It didn't open out well, apart from the thing with the fans and Cena at the beginning. The first match wasn't that good. Now I'll admit that. We then go to Josh Matthews, is it Josh Matthews as Mr. Awkward Moment, or is it Todd Grisham?
It's Josh Matthews.
Mr. Awkward Moment is in the crowd with NFL legend Kurt Warner. And they talk
wow, let's move on.
And they talk about his new reality TV show.
Okay, we're going to balance this. Watch it.
don't.
There we go.
Yeah, I skipped this
There we
part.
go.
Don't watch it. And we get once again Wade Barrett versus The Miz.
And problem number 2 with this, like I said at the beginning, it was like they were giving you stuff that they didn't do at WrestleMania, which begs the question: why they didn't just do it at WrestleMania?
They did. What's the pre-show?
That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. Is that they could have had him drop the title at WrestleMania instead of waiting to a fucking TV show.
It was a little strange that they didn't have him drop it at Mania, but I don't know.
I've been thinking about this since I watched it, and they're starting to play hot potato with the title again. Honestly, seeing how it was with Barrett before, I wouldn't say this was an unwelcome change. You know, if they make the Intercontinental title something sought after, even if they do play hot potato with it, if they actually do change it up a bit and make it something that people are actually, constantly trying to get, it might make it worth more than it is right now, because right now that's kind of a dead title. You know?
Mm-hmm. Which is a shame. Which is a shame, because Cody Rhodes really tried working on that thing.
Cody Rhodes really did elevate that title, but then they fucked it up. But again, it's still not as bad as when Big Zeke had it.
Yeah, Big Zeke. Ugh. So, I actually like this. I didn't see the pre-show at WrestleMania, so I can't compare the two, but they had a good match together, and
the problem is the real there's nothing to this match, you know?
it was a good
match. There's no story behind it, which is a big problem with most of the feuds right now.
Miz did botch it.
Yeah.
Miz botched a neck breaker at one point, and they bump heads, and the crowd chants, "You fucked up."
Yep.
Miz goes back to the knee and nails the DDT for 2. He slides out of the wasteland, and we get a bit of back and forth between them. He catches Barrett's leg and locks in the figure 4, and Barrett makes it to the ropes, and the crowd pops. Eventually, Barrett goes to the corner, Miz stops him and climbs up for a superplex, but Barrett struggles with him and sends it to the mat, and nails the full hammer out elbow for the win.
And oh, by the way, during this match, there was a huge "Let's go Barrett" chant. There were with a very weak "Let's go man" chant trying to duel it.
Well, it's because the Miz doesn't work as a face at all.
Let's go, Miz.
I think that's more of the case of the writers than Miz, honestly. I think he could work as a face.
Look, a good guy can make a really shit feud good. I mean, look at Fandango. He's made shit and made it great.
Yeah, I guess you have a point.
And then we go backstage to...
Here's the thing. I mean, I don't know if you noticed this, but Barrett's celebration for winning the title was really lackluster. It's like he's just like,
yeah,
it was like he just held up the title like, okay, I have the title now. Yeah,
both Wade and the Miz right now are not good. I think the problem is Wade Barrett's playing a tough guy character, like, that's what his character is. In my opinion, though, he kind of he takes it too far by not having his character try to be a tough guy too much and not show any emotion. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so we go backstage, and Vicky Guerrero and Brad Maddox are backstage, and Sheamus comes in, and he's upset about Big Show, and Vicky gives him a match against Big Show tonight. And then we go back to commercial, and then we see Booker T walking backstage. Randy Orton approaches him and basically kisses his ass. And Orton wants a favor, a match against Big Show. Orton says, Orton says he talked Sheamus into trusting Show and he was dead wrong. Orton wants to fix that wrong and says if anyone can overrule Vicky's match, it's Booker. Now, here's my question. They had a big hullabaloo about this the whole night. Why not just make it a triple threat?
Yeah, that was my thought too.
Because both of them want to take on the Big Show, so it will basically be a handicap match. So what is a handicap?
It's a handicap match. But you'd have that thing where they both want to pin Big Show and then they eventually turn on each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying what the problem is. I'm not saying that there isn't a very easy solution to it.
Orton is actually starting to show. I'm sorry. I actually seen it. He's getting a little better. It's not much, but he's at least not. He's not talking monotone the whole fucking time anymore.
He's still not any better though.
Yeah. So Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter versus Alberto Del Rio. This is one of my favorite.
Did you know that at one point Zeb Coulter actually managed JBL?
I did not.
Well, he did. So he's already done it before.
Okay, but yeah, Swagger and Coulter comes out, and Zeb says the country is in worse shape after last night, and asks the fans for their support as he fights for his country tonight, and he asks the fans to chant USA when Del Rio comes out. And they do.
Yeah.
Well, there's one thing I was confused about in the match. The whole time they chant this, and it sounded like multiple things. For a moment I thought it was, we want Coulter, and then for a moment I thought it was, we want tables, and then for a moment it sounded like they were chanting Viva la Mexico.
Well, they must have been chanting all three.
It sounded at one point, Viva la Mexico, and then it was, we want tables, or it was, we want Coulter.
The biggest thing I heard during this whole match was a really loud "We want Ziggler" chant.
I heard a "We want Ziggler," but even at some point, even Lawler was like, "Are they chanted we want Coulter or we want tables?" I don't know, but again, this was a really good match. I don't know whether it was better than the WrestleMania one or not. It was really good.
I think this one was better than the WrestleMania match.
Yeah, I do. I agree with that.
Yeah, there was just a lot more going on.
It seemed like there was a lot more impact to moves and stuff on this match.
Yeah, because the whole thing is Jack Swagger's basically injured Alberto Del Rio's leg with the Patriot Lock. And the way it ends is Swagger gets the Patriot Lock, Del Rio breaks it, but Swagger reapplies it. And he holds it for a long time, and eventually Del Rio kicks out and turns it into the cross arm breaker. And
which was awesome, by the way.
Which was very awesome. That was an awesome way to end it. But Del Rio, give him props. He sold it he sold it awesomely. The leg.
Oh yeah. So
limping around, falling to his knee. He could barely walk. Made it look like he could barely walk. And then Dolph Ziggler's music hits, and we just get the biggest pop of all time. The crowd,
such a pop.
The crowd went insane.
I went insane.
And I have to say, I know Spoonie's not listening, but I don't care. Spoonie, if you honestly don't, I've seen his Twitter. Spoonie, if you honestly think that people do not want Ziggler as world heavyweight champion.
No. What?
Listen to that chant and fuck you.
No, what Spoonie said
Listen
is
to that
this devalued.
Fuck you.
No, Roxanne, shut up.
Roxanne, shut up for a moment and let me talk. Thank you.
What Spoonie said was that this has devalued the WWE title, not the World Heavyweight title, which I slightly agree with because Ziggler's been on a losing streak for nearly a year. But at the same time, he has Big E, he has AJ in his corner, and he will cheat to win. which is the big difference.
It's just the biggest pop I ever heard, and I think that...
And he's the most over guy.
Yeah, right now, I think that pop has kind of solidified that, yeah, you should have done this at some point. Maybe WrestleMania would have been, you know... I honest to God, I swear to God, that it's like, people were pissed off with The Rock versus Cena. What do? Give them everything they could possibly want. Make Dolph Ziggler champion. So, and to be fair, it comes out, for a moment, you think he's actually not going to win.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
I like that.
What I liked about this was one... Go ahead.
It wasn't like a normal Money in the Bank cash-in where he immediately gets the pin, you know?
No, Del Rio still put up a fight, and I think that helped make Del Rio look good still as well.
Yeah, it was similar kind of to how Miz cashed it in, where it was a lot more that he didn't that was one of the more where it was a lot more even. It was a little bit more even.
Like
he actually still had to work. He still had to work for it. You know?
Yeah, like Del Rio gets a close 2 count, and the crowd goes insane when Ziggler kicks out, and eventually he hits a zigzag for the win, and the crowd just the loudest cheer for Ziggler. And after the match, Ziggler celebrates with AJ and Big E to a huge pop from the crowd.
And Dolph Ziggler just looks pumped as fuck.
He's like, yeah. And we're back from the break, and out comes The Undertaker. And he hits the ring. And
that's kind of the only thing you could really have followed up with it, really. After that.
With The Undertaker. And even then, Taker didn't talk much. He just simply comes out, crowd starts chanting his name, and he says he dedicated his win at WrestleMania 29 to the memory of Paul Bearer. And then he's immediately interrupted by the Shield. And I think this is going to be awesome.
Yeah. Like, oh shit, it's gonna get good.
This is gonna, if we go with this is gonna be automatically the Shield versus Taker, hell yes. And
but before the Shield managed to get in.
Before they managed to get in, all of a sudden Kane's Pyro rocks, and out comes Team Hell No to stand alongside Taker, and the Shield backs off and exits through the crowd as Kane, Taker, and Bryan set them down.
And the crowd, of course, boos the hell out of that.
Them stepping down, yeah, they wanted a fight.
Yeah, which I alluded to on the WrestleMania review. This is where I think that the tag team titles are going. I think that the Shield is going to have a tag team title match, which is why they had Undertaker do that segment.
I can totally see that, yeah.
So maybe at Extreme Rules, or maybe after that, maybe they have a 6-man tag match where the Shield go over against Team Hell No and The Undertaker.
Yeah.
That's like that.
Awesome.
But yeah, I definitely think that there's a tag title match coming up for them.
I want good things to happen from this. It's the Shield and Taker. Yes.
Yeah.
Nerf.
So, the Shield are some of the best workers in the company right now.
Yeah. We go backstage to Mr. Awkward Moment during a not so awkward moment when he's backstage with Ziggler and friends.
Yay!
Ziggler says he's been too goddamn good for too damn long, and the crowd pops, and Ziggler says it's the day after, but this is his WrestleMania moment, and he's going to shine his title up and show it off because it's been too long.
True words have not been true. So true. I'm sorry. True words could not have been spoken.
Said it's about damn time. Yes, I agree, Ziggler. It is about.
One thing that I do hope the next title that's updated though is the World Heavyweight title, because that title's looking old now, man.
That is looking old.
I just know while Ziggler was saying that, I just noticed that I was like, wow, that title's looking really old.
Then we go to the match that I skipped.
Yeah.
I skipped.
Yeah, this. we were doing so well, and then it starts to. This is where the show starts to go downhill.
Yeah, this confused me. Why the fuck did they have this match?
I don't
It was
know.
Team Job Squad versus Team Other Job Squad.
It was just TV time match.
Yeah, it was just complete filler for no reason. Just, I guess they had no other. I guess because they couldn't think of anything else.
We got. I'm just like,
I was thinking maybe they were doing this to, like, I don't know, make the 3MP look stronger again so that they could have more 6-man matches. You know? But no, they didn't even win.
This seems so out of place.
If you, because we haven't said what exactly it is, Santino Marella, R-Truth, and Zack Ryder versus 3MB.
Well, Zack Ryder, welcome to...
I skipped this match, so...
Yeah, I skipped this match. I'm just going to say this now. Zack Ryder, welcome to the Job Squad. You are now officially a member. You ain't getting out of that. Ever.
Don't you mean R-Truth?
And R-Truth. You are also
Here, have your papers. Have a nice career.
Yeah, enjoy. So, yeah. We go to Hullabaloo, the match. We go to the ring, and out comes Sheamus. He takes the mic and asks fans who wants to see him kick Big Show's arse tonight. And Sheamus tells Vicky to come out and sort things, and Randy Orton comes out instead, and Orton says, well, Sheamus is practically begging for support. They have words away from the microphone, and Orton says, Big Show is his tonight. He tells Sheamus to listen and asks the fans who want to see him. Crowd pops, and Cole tells the fans to tweet WWE Orton or WWE Sheamus. We come back, and Orton gets 77% of the vote. Now, what I think happened here was that they wanted Sheamus to win, and then they realized, wait, we got a crowd that's just going to do whatever the hell they want. That didn't go the way we want. We kind of need to improvise. So, Vicky comes out with Booker T, and they announce Sheamus versus Orton tonight, and the winner will face Big Show. So the fans voted for no reason. Basically no reason.
Just
to be honest,
type
I don't give a shit.
Just send in your Twitters at hashtag fake bullshit.
And then the greatest
Send in your Twitters at it doesn't matter.
No, the worst. No, the one of the worst Orton and Sheamus match ever had.
No. Let me finish. Let me finish. The greatest match, not because of Orton and Sheamus, because of the crowd. What did they not chant in this match?
This is awesome. They didn't chant that.
No, they chanted something was awesome. Okay, so the match starts out.
No, they didn't chant the match was awesome. I mean.
No. Yeah, they didn't chant the match was awesome. In fact, it starts out with a boring chant, and
I agree with.
And then they just start chanting different wrestlers. At some point, they chant out RVD. At some point, they chant for JBL. Then they chant for Lawler. And Cole, like, all they need to do now is chant for me. And next thing you know, they start chanting Michael Cole. And
I couldn't believe that.
And that just made Michael Cole's night. They just start going, Michael Cole.
For the first time in my life, someone loves me.
Someone loves me. I don't think he did not know how to react to that. The crowd actually chanted his name, and then at some point they start chanting Randy Savage, and they're like, that's the wrong Randy. And then they start chanting like, we are awesome. They chanted so many things, and it was just so awesome. They start doing like,
there was an ECW chant at one point.
ECW, and then when Big Show comes out and starts doing stuff, they start chanting.
Big Show got a massive pop.
Yeah, they start chanting.
They're like, yeah, he's ending this this boring bullshit.
Yeah, they start chanting, "Thank you, Big Show," as he just totally ruins.
That's great.
They just start chanting, "Thank you, Big Show," and just Orton Show lays them both out basically, and he starts sending like chairs flying into the ring, and he sends one, and they're like, "Oh!" and it hits the rope. They're like, "Oh!" and he sends the second one, "Oh!" it hits the rope. "Oh!" and they're like, one more time," and he walks up.
Actually, no, they Actually, they chanted one more chair, one more chair.
Oh, one more chair.
Same thing.
Oh, okay, same thing. And but Show ignores them, and they go to replay. The crowd is so fucking awesome. They were chanting for everything except the match.
They were,
I
yeah,
love asshole crowds.
They basically this crowd trolled the shit out of this match.
Trolled it to hell and back. And then we get what is probably the second best night of the match for fan interactivity. Because we go to Fandango.
Oh, I love this.
There's Kofi Kingston. And out comes Fandango with an awesome entrance. And then the crowd is actually singing Fandango's theme. And like the camera pans across, and you can see these audience members dancing, moving their hands in the air and everything. And they're just like da 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 da. It's just like, wow, Fandango is really over now.
I don't.
It's because he managed to make the feud good.
And just the whole match, they're chanting Fandango's theme.
Actually, the match never happened.
Yeah, the match never happens because Jericho comes out and ruins it. And they give Jericho a huge pop, but at the end, like, that his dancer hands him a mic because,
This is my favourite part.
I know, right? They announce him, they're like,
There he goes, "You're a winner via disqualification. Fandango!"
And the dancer hands him his mic, he's like, "It's fun!
It's fun! He's so beat up when he's doing it, it's hilarious.
And the crowd gives it a huge pop, and as his music plays, they start coming and dancing along to it.
It sounds like the best fucking Raw.
And then we see the "Oh my God, we love John Cena" video package where they show all of his media appearances during WrestleMania week. And
No, that was when he was the champion. That was that morning.
that was that morning.
Yeah, he won the championship at 11, and then at 6 he was doing TV.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
He went
He did like 4 TV shows that morning.
Yeah, that's one thing about Cena is willing to get up ungodly early just to show up for shit.
Josh Matthews is backstage.
Super mega company man, okay?
Josh Matthews is backstage with Paul Heyman. The crowd pops and chant ECW, and even when like Heyman insults them, they still give him a pop.
Yeah, it's all like this crowd, and then like they just go yeah.
Like he says something like, "Well, I still see that ignorance is bliss here in New Jersey," and New Jersey's like, "Yeah, fucking Jersey."
Basically, this crowd wanted to do exactly the opposite of everything that WWE was trying to get them. The exact opposite reaction that WWE wanted. Basically,
Heyman says Lesnar was knocked out cold 90 seconds into the match last night, but it still took Triple H 30 minutes to survive. What? Paul Heyman? What? That makes no sense.
Well, it must apparently there was supposed to be some sort of thing where Brock Lesnar got like knocked out but still kicked out or something like that.
Oh,
Even though
okay.
that didn't.
I did not see that at all, but okay. Heyman points out Shawn Michaels getting his face smashed in by Lesnar and Triple H's arm being hurt by Lesnar. and says Lesnar is ready for a fight tonight. He says he doesn't let his client fight for free. And then the CM Punk versus Taker gets brought up, and Heyman says Punk will tell everyone how he feels on next week's Raw. And the whole crowd's just like, oh man. And we then get the match that we were supposed to get during WrestleMania, and it's a false.
Yeah, because it was 10 seconds, exactly.
Sweet
So,
tea.
well, about maybe not 10 seconds. I'd say about maybe 2 minutes.
Sweet tea. Well, it's a big difference there. Sweet tea, Brodus Clay, and Cameron and Naomi win. It was we go.
Why? They aren't possibly trying to push these guys.
And then we get Mark Henry versus John Cena, which again did not really happen. The crowd hated this match because of the way it ended.
Yeah.
It ended with Mark Henry getting counted out, and the whole crowd just boos and chants bullshit and things.
And then Ryback comes out.
Again, another sucky match.
And after the match, Henry comes in the ring and runs over Cena. It gets a huge pop. Ryback hits the ring, and they trade shots. Ryback with a spinebuster sends Henry out the ring. He gets the fans to chant "Feed Me More." He turns his attention to Cena, and the crowd pops. He extends his hand to help and beg boo. He stares at Cena and shakes his head and hits the corner of the pose at the fans boo. He gets the fans to chant "Feed Me More" again, and then drops Cena with a meat hook clothesline. The crowd goes wild. He tells Cena "up yours" and poses with the title. And the crowd chants "Feed Me More" as Raw goes on. Yeah.
Is this the heel turn? Because I'm not really sure.
It seems like he's turning into a tweener.
I don't know.
I don't really see any reason for him to turn heel right now.
But I just don't like the idea of Ryback versus Cena. That just sounds like hell to me.
Oh God, yeah.
Ryback versus Cena. Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, for the WWE Championship, no less.
Oh dear.
Doesn't that sound like as bad as a Bobby Lashley match?
That sounds worse than a Bobby Lashley match.
Oh God.
I don't want that to happen.
That honestly sounds as bad as Bobby Lashley versus Batista or something like that.
I don't want that to happen. Well,
It's gonna happen though. Hopefully there'll be Mark Henry in that mix as well. But I doubt it.
Yeah, I hope Mark Henry is in there. That could make it better.
so that was Raw. All in all, I enjoyed
I liked it.
All in all, I really liked it. There were some disappointing matches, and there were some bad matches, as you will get on Raw. But you know what? This is probably as good as a Raw is ever going to get for a while.
Well,
I still think, as far as overall quality, apart from mainly there was one good section of stuff, and that was starting with the IC match, which was all right, and then ending with.
to be honest,
ending with the bit with Taker and Shield. After that, the rest of the show sucked, except the crowd made it better than it was.
to be honest though, I think what this Raw kind of needed was CM Punk. But you know, it was one of the few ones he wasn't actually there. So.
He was resting his injury. I don't know whether he's actually.
I know he's got an injury, but they still kind of needed him.
I don't know. I think I don't know if he's actually going to be there next week, or it's just going to be this constant tease of, oh, he'll tell you next week. Oh, he'll tell you next week. Oh, he'll tell you next week.
You can say,
I think he's going to keep doing that until he's healed.
This is one thing though, is like you could say the crowd was awesome, but at the same time, I could, if I was a betting man, I would bet that Vince and company will dismiss this crowd as just Bizarro World and make it seem like it was an anomaly, completely downplaying the fact they were actually dissatisfied and bored.
Well, like they do with Canada.
And England.
England.
I think what they should do is make their chants more specific. I somewhat dislike this man.
And Chicago.
Basically, everyone fans actually, like wrestling and tell people what they think when they're watching the show. Yeah, WWE usually just refers to it as Bizarro World because they just can't believe that. Why would anybody want to hate our show? It makes no sense.
Why would anyone want to?
Oh, here's a couple of things. Here's a couple of chants that you guys might not have heard during. There was an Iron Sheik chant.
I did not hear that.
There was a Mike Chioda chant, apparently.
Mike Chioda.
Wow. How the hell did that happen?
You just know there's some guys in the crowd like, let's just see what chants we can start up tonight, guys.
Yeah, but one thing that I would like to point out before we finish this show is that John Cena has held the WWE title 3 times more than Triple H. And you know how many times, you know how often Triple H is accused of just being the guy that held the championship for like so many years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, but with Triple H, it was more the fact he didn't lose the title that often. It was just like, I still have the title. Then he'd lose it, then he'd get it back, then keep it for another year.
But it's the fact that, John Cena's held it 3 times longer than that.
Yeah.
Than Triple H.
Reign of Terror.
Why is John Cena in the title run?
I don't know. Maybe he just shows up for all the meeting dates or something.
Well, this is what I said. This is something I said, and I do believe this is true. That honestly, well, I essentially, I may have skirted around it slightly, but essentially the title doesn't mean anything unless Cena's holding it, or the guy he's feuding with is holding it. That's the truth.
You know what's going to piss me off?
The focus is because the focus is Cena, regardless of who holds the title.
You know what's going to piss me off? If title matches now will start becoming the main event again because he's holding it.
Yeah.
Because they're not main events, even though they're supposed to be the big championship.
And they're going to be. You do know that they're going to be against Ryback as well. So.
Look forward to that.
WWE is going to start sucking again, isn't it?
Well,
I think it already has been.
I think it's going to be exactly the same as it was before. Most of it's good, but then everything John Cena's involved in is just unbearable.
Exactly.
So it's going to be just like it always is, where it's a lot of good stuff, and then the company, guys. You know?
Well, that was Raw. This is the C-Show. How's Riddler saying goodbye? Internet.
This is Liquid Nation saying originality is dead.
Long live originality.
died long before I did a Hello Internet, dude.
This is Rockton saying this was the most hilarious crowd of all time.
Yeah.
And I'm disappointed.
Are you disappointed?
No, I'm just saying I'm disappointed.
I'm disappointed.
Well, bye-bye.
That was a short review.
It was only Raw, dude.